Welcome to the Boxing Locker. I am Matt Goddard, former professional boxer, now boxing coach, as I'm sure you know by now if you've watched any of the other videos. Probably getting fed up with that intro. I might need to rework a new one soon. I'm sure I've said that before as well. Maybe I need to rework the rework. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about the sideways fist jab. Okay, now when you jab in a regular technical way, you rotate the wrist over and you turn so you land with the big two knuckles palm down. Yeah? Completely conventional. That's the way you should land. That doesn't mean it's the only way to land or that it's the way you should land all the time. Now, I'm your opponent. I've got my guard high, okay? I'm here, tucked in. There's a very small gap in the middle of my gloves. If I have a glove on, my fist is fractionally wider. I throw the shot, rotate the wrist over. I'm coming through that punch with my fist at the point of widest impact, okay? So at that point, the glove is here and here. That's the widest that glove can be. If I'm in my boxing stance and my opponent is here with their high guard, the glove is going to catch their gloves. It's not going to get through. You might have fractional impact, but it's not going to do a great deal of damage. Now, if I throw that exact same shot and I drive through with a sideways fist, automatically, not only is my punch narrower, it's also longer, okay? That means it's going to cover more of their face. So, is there a time to use it? Yes. Is it functional all the time? No. Does it have the same power? Not necessarily. Is it still rigid and strong? Yes. You can throw it exactly the same way. Pop, dead straight, pop, dead straight, pop, through the middle. Another nice thing about the sideways fist is you can drop and drive. So if I slip inside, so I come inside the opponent's shot, or the right hand comes over the top, I can drive that shot upwards with that sideways fist angle. So I come down and bop, straight up through the middle, treating it almost like a screw shot in reverse, just with the sideways fist. The other nice thing about this is it's a very natural position for the hand to sit in. So when I'm here, I can drive that hand out dead straight without any sort of movement. So there doesn't necessarily need to be any kind of tell, pop, and then it's coming. I'm in my boxing position, pop, and then it's coming, pop, and then it's coming, pop, and then it's coming. Quite an easy punch to learn. It doesn't take a huge amount of adaptation. The important thing is to remember when you throw it is the key factor, okay? So when I throw it is the key factor and against whom. So if I'm in this stance as your opponent, that sideways fist isn't gonna have a great deal of effect because I'm looking to catch it, roll the shoulder and counter. So there you might be better off driving the punch in with rotation, trying to force that guard back and getting them sat on their back leg. If I'm just in a sort of regular stance as the opponent and I'm here, that might be effective with a little slip and drive up through the gap, because obviously, as you can see here, there's that fractional gap through the middle again, and chances are I'm going to bring them hands in when I see punches come. The other good thing about this as a punch is that it's got a real nice upward trajectory. So rather than rotating over and that dropping the punch, which naturally it does, even if you're aiming it up, it naturally drops the punch because the wrist is turning over, yeah? By keeping the fist sideways, you can drive the punch upwards, which can lift the chin up. So if I sit nice and low, and I throw that punch upwards into somebody's chin, it lifts their head up, sits them back, and then you can come through with more punches and counter. Now, I've just done a video about this man, but actually one of the best, in recent years, one of the best exponents of this style of jab is Gennady Golovkin. Watch his fight against Danny Jacobs and he lands with this sideways fist jab all the time, straight through the middle of the guard as Jacobs hand high trying to move around. And it's a beautiful punch and it lifts Jacobs up and it gets his chest high. The minute his chest high, his body's exposed and it's difficult for him to move his head to slip punches. So very, very good fight to watch that, by the way. Loads and loads of technicalities in there that are always worth looking at. Okay, so sideways fist, yes or no? Absolutely yes. As always, it's dictated by situation, position, and intent. If you are in the correct position, if you're using it at the correct time, and if you are using it with the right thing to do, following it in mind, then it will be successful. If you're using it against the wrong person in the wrong position with absolutely zero intent or understanding of what's going to follow it up, then it's probably not. Okay, so there we have it, guys. Sideways fist with a jab, palm across in your boxing stance, drive straight out. Okay, Big knuckles, as always, aiming at the target. That doesn't mean you're landing with the little knuckles. Still aim with the big knuckles. Still keep the arc of the wrist. Drive straight through the guard. Little pop of the shoulder. Little pop of the shoulder. One more thing to mention that I should have mentioned is I believe this is a martial art style of punching anyway. I think it stems and originates from Wing Chun. And that's where the kind of rolling punches vibe. You can do exactly that. You can do exactly that with this shot. So if you're going sideways through the guard without turning the wrists over, you can roll them around quite quick. So that's quite fast with this jab without turning the wrist over, because it just changes the movement. Anyway, just segueing a little bit there into something a little bit different. Sideways fist, driven through the guard, big knuckles aiming at the target. As you can see there, it's bang in line with my nose. Big old schnoz, straight down the middle there, drive it through and break that high guard. Cheers for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on all my other channels, all that good stuff, and have a wonderful day. Cheers, guys.